この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
It's shit. In England, the Brexit thing, it's just like, I can't believe there's so much noise about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like it was put to the people as a vote. The people voted. That's democracy. Fucking get over it. You know, I didn't vote because I didn't think we should have been given the vote in the first place, because as ordinary members of the public, how the fuck are you qualified to talk about the breakup of the oldest continent in the fucking world?
Yeah.
So, and then the people trying to get the vote overturned, they used to call that fascism. Right?
Yeah.
But they don't call it fascism anymore, you know what I mean? Because they're fucking right on. Now, personally, I don't think we should have left the union, because I feel right at the time of it happening, we turned our back on the French. We were going through some like dark terrorist shit. But it's happened now. It was a legal vote. Fucking get on, get it done. Let's move on.
Yeah.
That's my view on it all. It's shit. North America, we're actually going to set fire to some bastard rainforest as well, man. F***ing trees.
Yeah.
It's getting in the way of all them car parks.
Questions. What about God? Would you describe yourself as believing in God or not at the moment?
Again, it's a complicated thing, because I believe in the power of love and humanity and real things. If you're asking me, do I see the hand of God at work in the world, I'd have to say no. For the simple reason that if God as a real thing exists, with all the things over the last decade that have been terrorism and wars are fought in his name or in its name, they've all got different names for their gods, but seemingly it's the same thing. But all the people that have died, the innocent people that have died, all around the world, terrorism in the name of God, wouldn't you think now would be the right time for some kind of global sign? I live in the here and now, and I go back to what I said at the beginning. I wish I believed in that, you know what I mean? And I know people that believe in it strongly, and I envy them in a way.
For a fellow who doesn't believe in God, however, said he,
I do write about it a lot.
Carry us all, gas panic, the Hindu, little by little, dig out your soul. For a fellow who doesn't believe in God, you certainly carry on a fair bit of...
Well, it's a great imagery. I mean, God, you know, God... there's a line in one of the songs off my latest record, and it's a song that I wrote about my wife, and it says, "You're the only God I'll ever need." If I do believe in God, I believe it's here, somewhere, in everybody. And when I mention God and angels and all that seemingly biblical stuff in songs, my wife is an angel to me, and a real one, because she appeared out of the smoke in a nightclub when I was at my lowest, and I've never looked back since then. And to me, she's an angel. But she's not heavenly body, she's real. I can touch her, do you know what I mean? And I do regularly, and it's great. And for me, not for her. And God is in me, I think, and God is in her, and God certainly is in my children. When I was growing up, we were the working class and we were the lowest. There's a level underneath that now. They can't be bothered working class, you know what I mean? And they've grown into a culture of benefits and all that. But there's many reasons for those riots, but there is no excuse. But, you know, if you're constantly bombarding young people with a lifestyle on 24-hour television that they can't have, magazines for girls with £2,000 handbags in, and, you know, X Factor and all this kind of celebrity lifestyle, which is frankly what all young people want. You constantly bombard them with that and then give them no hope of ever getting it. And then, you know, a few of them get together and they're like, we put Curry's windows through, you know, at least we'll get a couple of tellies out of it. You know, you can't expect them not to behave like animals, you know, when they're kind of uneducated like animals. Do you know what I mean?
We have got the language of Shakespeare, the history of Winston Churchill, the music of McCartney, Jagger, Coldplay.
Did you see David Cameron in the States the other week launching a kind of rebranding exercise? It did have shades of Cool Britannia. Can that kind of stuff ever work in your view and from your experience?
There are all those terms like putting the great back into Britain and let's get Britain working and all that. They're just vague one-liners to appease the people on the news channels. They don't mean anything, do you know what I mean? They don't mean anything. It all boils down to basic human values in the end, and if you don't give people work and if you don't educate them, society crumbles. That's the end. That's it. You know, you can do as much for businesses and small businesses and, you know, loophole tax and this, that and the other. It really all comes down to basic human needs, work and education. And if you've got that, people have respect for themselves and respect for each other eventually. Twitter is the playground of fucking idiots. I would love to find out the percentage of single males with Twitter accounts. I would fucking hazard a guess. It's quite high.